In terms of just a general overview of the Bundesliga season, Bayern won, obviously. I think it was like the 9th in a row or something. And then the cup final, Bayern beat Leverkusen. I think that was only a few weeks ago. And now moving on to French football, so Ligue 1. Champions were PSG. Final, PSG beat Saint-Etienne, and the Coupe de la Ligue final is actually taking place, I think, next Wednesday or something. It's between PSG and Lyon. In terms of teams that impressed you the most in the Bundesliga, who are you bringing up?
Apart from the obvious candidates, because like Bayern were good in the they were like really impressive in the last 15 or so rounds when they went on that unbeaten run. But
you've just mentioned Luca Hernandez there, so we're going to move into the worst signings of the season. All right, I have to say my worst signings were stiff, but
same.
For me, it's just the money.
Yeah.
So he missed 12 games through injury, which is quite a lot. However, there was 34 rounds, so he was available for 22. Only started 10 games. 80 mil. That's like what we paid for Van Dijk, and he won us the Premier League. So I don't know. And the thing is, he's young, but he's only 20. He's 24. It's not like he's 20.
Yeah.
He came from Atletico. He had a who scored rating of 6.5. And
that's very average.
That's very poor, especially in such a good team. You usually guaranteed like a 6.8 early. To be in the top, just to give some context to that, to be in the top 50 in Europe, you have to have an average of 7.3. So he's a long way off.
Yeah.
He had less than one tackle a game, less than one interception a game, less than one block a game, less than one clearance a game. So I know he's playing for a dominant team, so he's probably not going to need to do too much defending. That's just pretty poor. So although it's very stiff because of injury and he's probably one for the future, I just think if soccer was stopped right now, 80 mil for what he's produced for them is pretty silly. So do you have any other suggestions for that, or did you find that too hard? They were hard to pick, I have to say.
This one is even harsher, probably. I'm going with... This is more disappointing than anything, but I've gone with Philippe Coutinho because even though he managed to contribute.
Wait, did they actually buy him?
No, he was a loan. But I'm counting that as a signing.
Yeah, they count.
But I think the most disappointing thing is that Bayern don't want him. Barca don't want him. I think it's just done.
Want him.
It's done exactly. That's just as bad as not being wanted by your actual clubs. But like, he got outclassed and like by Muller, like who everyone thought was going off a cliff. But good on him for revamping his career. But like, I think going into the season, I think Coutinho would have thought he could have been the center of that side, the center of the attack of that side, but he just didn't manage to hold down a spot. I don't know. I think he showed like flashes of brilliance, but he could have done so much more and just like reignited his career. But I think it's just continued like the slow descent since he's left Liverpool. So I think for him, it was more disappointing than anything. But
yeah,
I hope he comes back to the Premier League and just reminds everyone how good he is, because I love the man.
Yeah, I can't lie that him and James, they're turning out to their careers are slowly. They've both done the Bayern loan move, and their careers seem to just be slowly petering out, which is sad. I think they both still have time left in their careers. They're not dead and buried at all. But Locke was saying to me yesterday that Barca were considering a swap deal for Guendouzi for Coutinho, straight swap. And Locke was saying surely they have some money to that. And I was like, I genuinely don't think they would. I don't know who would want Coutinho, and Guendouzi has a lot of potential. So but yeah, it's a sad one for Coutinho. He's a weird player. He's almost a player who needs to be the star of the team.
Yeah,
like I think that's thrived at Liverpool because we just pass it to him and see what he could create. Where I think he struggles to fit into a high level system.
Yeah,
where he's one of like 6 attacking players.
Yeah, he needs the ball to his feet, and he needs to be the apex of the side.
Yeah, which is like what Messi is, what Muller and Thiago are. So, it's going to be interesting to see how he fits into any team.
Yeah, might be better.
That's fair enough. I respect.
Might be better for him to just go to Arsenal, where he would be the centre of the side. He would be the best player in the team. So.
Yeah. Do you have anyone else to mention?
I'll go on with Idrissa Gueye, first of all. I think most of all, he just highlights like a change in the transfer policy for PSG. I think they're moving away from players who attract more fans and more excitement, but now they're really looking at who's going to improve our side the most and get us actually competing for the Champions League that they really they've always wanted, I guess. And I think he did what everyone thought he was going to do and a bit more. So 5 tackles and interceptions per 90, I think you'd say that'd probably put him in the top 50 for midfielders, top 10 maybe for midfielders. I'd
probably put him in, that would have him like top 5, I think.
Yeah, top 5 probably.
Because to be in the top 50, it's 4.6, so that's including defenders. So it's probably like right up there.
Well, one of the men we're going to mention a bit later, he's probably number 1. And then I think what surprised me most, 92.7% pass accuracy. I guess he was probably passing side to side, but still pretty impressive. And then a 7.33 who scored rating puts him in the top 50 if your stats are correct, which I'm sure they are. So pretty impressive first season from him, going up a pretty decent level from where he was before in the Prem.
Do you know roughly how much they got him for? Was it like 25, 30?
I think it might have been a bit more, but...
Oh, okay. Well, he's probably worth every penny of it.
Yeah, I think so. I
have to admit, I like their transfer policy, but Sarabia almost made my worst signings.
Really?
He was, just because...
They sold in Kunku and signed Sarabia.
It's just because he didn't really play much, I guess. That's probably the main factor against him. But I don't think he really performed up to his price tag. Yeah, but for PSG, their prices almost need to be like adjusted because like 15 mil to them is like 5 mil to another team.
Yeah.
Very fair shout with Idrissa Gueye. I've got a...
It's a miracle! Oh, yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable! Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle. Oh, the ball is close! He's given him! He's given him! Peter Siddle's got